The Gray Hackle Peacock originated back in the 1600s. Brent is substituting some of his favorite materials to enhance the movement of this fly. The fly can be fished in lakes or rivers for some nice trout, as well as other species such as bass and walleye.
Well, good day. Today we're going to tie up an old pattern here with a new little twist. It's a Gray Hackle Peacock. This pattern has been around since the 1600s and might even go back further. It's been traced back a long, long time. So here's the pattern. I'm just going to use some different materials, some materials I like to use. And using a size 8 wet fly hook. And let's put a little bit of O2O lead on the shank here. I have some 8/0 thread I'm using. You can use 6/0 for sure with this. And I'll just put a little lead on there, just kind of balance the fly out so it rides straight. That's why I want to kind of put your lead on there to manipulate the action of your fly, or no action at all. It just kind of levels out the weight, so it's going to ride basically horizontal. Now I'll come in with some red rabbit for the tail. We're going to do this more of a Western style wet fly. Not using hackle feathers, we're going to be using just rabbit. So it makes a nice tail. That actually swims very, very well. The body, instead of peacock herl, I'm going to use some peacock green rainbow chenille. This is just a medium size. Nice little chenille. It's nice and bright. And then we'll just wrap that body forward. It's a nice color. There we go. Now I'll get some of our wire in for the collar. I'm going to be using some dubbing brush wire. This is stainless steel wire in small. Very fine wire. I use it for dubbing brushes all the time. I'll just catch some right at the head here. Make sure you fold it back so it doesn't pull out. Throw a 1/2 inch in here. Now, if you don't have this style of ice, you can just use a dubbing loop. I'm just going to do mine. I always do mine on the wire. It just sticks out the hair a little bit further. And I want to show you something else here. I'm going to bring this hide up here for example. I want to show you something on the table. Found this beautiful rabbit pelt the other day, and we want to make sure we get the tips lined up nice and even, so it's like a grizzly hackle, if you will. So I'm going to go down just a little bit with the camera, and we're going to show you a little trick here. Get yourself a ruler, just a straight edge. And when you come against the hair, you'll see how it wants to line that fibers up. And you can just take a pinch straight across there, and it'll line them up really nice and neat for you, okay? So that'll get those tips all lined up, because we don't want to just come in there haphazard. Layer, see the nice markings on there? I just love that hair. As soon as I seen that pelt, I knew I had a lot of good flies coming off that pelt, because I just like speckled appearance. I like the way rabbit swims. So now I'm just going to cut it to the length I want for my hackle. For hair hackling. It's not always feathers. You can do lots with hair, and I like hair because it breathes and it moves and has a speckled appearance. It really looks alive. So just going to come, the butts are just over top of the thread. And if you're doing dubbing loops, also a good idea, just get some dubbing wax, put on one side of your thread or your wire, and that'll hold your hair into place when you make your next step here. It'll just kind of hold everything there. It won't slip out, because rabbit gets pretty slippery. A lot of hair does. So instead of just a grizzly hackle, we're going to use rabbit. So come here at the back The collar is. Now I'm just going to kind of fold that on. And tie it off. And we'll get our thread on here. We'll get a head thread of head on. Nice little head. Get a whip finish tool. Nope. Grabbed a hitchhiker there. Got a little piece of chenille hanging off the end. Something else come off my table. Always better to keep your tables clean too. I thought my table's pretty clean, but it still picks up some stuff. But if you see this hackle here now, it looks like a grizzly hackle in a way, doesn't it? But it's going to breathe. I'm going to take this fly to the tank and swim it for you. I'll show you that. And you'll appreciate why I like rabbit so much. I'm just going to get some Sol-Res bone dry here to finish the fly. Make it a little prettier, make it more durable. Is what we're looking for. So we'll get our torch in there, cook that on, and she's ready to fish. So we'll go to the tank with it and show you this nice fly. Here's a Western style Gray Hackle Peacock. First time today, we just tied it in front of you with this new material, just that gray pelt. It's just so when you can get your hands on some different materials like that, there's lots of dubbing. There's lots of good flies to come off of one pelt. And here's all the underfur that I'm gathering up off that. I'm going to make dubbing out of that. And I'll show you when we get our little coffee bean grinder out. And I'm going to throw a few other goodies in there with it. And we'll show you some really cool dubbing that you can use. Buggy dubbing, okay? So, hope you like following us here with some of these different tips and techniques. Something you probably haven't seen along the way. We just kind of learn as we go, don't we? So, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you again real soon.
Brent has added the weight to get this fly down in the current and can be swung with excellent results. The fly can also be unweighted in lakes and stripped in slowly. The weighted fly in lakes will get you into the deeper zone along drop-offs where this fly is deadly. You can see why the undulation can be very effective on smallmouths, largemouths, and walleye as well. Brook trout and brown trout are also targeted with this fly. Thanks for watching Brent's fly fishing instructional series. He can be found on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.